Hello, my friends. Today we have a practice on the head, heart, and hips. So go ahead. I'm going to ask that everyone start in a lying down position today. And go ahead, go slow, feeling out the body and how you get there, being conscious of each little movement. We're going to ground into our feet here and let the knees come in and balance on each other. Today I want you to put your hands and rest them right above the heart. Get the shoulder blades down the back and just feel a little nice space between the lower back and the mat. Coming to where you are comfortable. Taking any last movements so that you can stay still. And breathe in one last time. And with your exhale, telling everything to relax and to melt. Now I want you to bring your awareness into your breath this time. We're going to manipulate it. Nice big inhales. Sending the breath all the way down into the belly first, and then let it creep up into the chest, letting the chest be the last thing to rise. With your exhale, the belly comes down first, lower ribs melt in, and the chest is the last to fall. Again, inhale, the belly's the first to rise, lower ribs, and then chest. With your exhale, the belly's the first to come down, lower ribs, and then the chest. So finding that nice big breath. And then soften through the face, the shoulders. No more gripping in the feet and the legs. Let them melt in together. Paying attention to your heartbeat. And maybe you feel it beneath the fingers. Taking a moment here with your inhales to breathe in all that love that God has for you. So often we are missing out on all this love that He's pouring into us because we're busy in our mind, too busy to just be and to receive. So take the time right now. Nice big inhales again. Receive all that love. Let Him pour love into you. Fill up your hearts, your whole being with it. And then exhale, letting go of anything that might be in your way of receiving that love. If there's any worries or fears, anything keeping you out of the moment of receiving, let it go. Take the time now. Again, nice big inhales, filling up with love. Full and complete exhales. Know that you released anything that hasn't been serving you. You're able to outpour your love. So, all right, I'm going to have you start with an affirmation today. With your inhales, I want you to say, God pours love into me. And with your exhales, say, so I can pour love out. And inhale, you can say it out loud or in your head. God pours love into me. Exhale, so I can pour love out. One more time, I'll say that with you. God pours love into me. Exhale, so I can pour love out. Let it resonate. Say that in your head a couple more times. Slowly start to open your eyes. Come back to the room. And we're going to bring the knees into the chest here. Nice big hug. Just feeling out the back. Little movements here. And then from here, go ahead, putting your hands on your knees. We're going to make some big circles with the legs, kind of like you're rowing a boat. Seeing if you can connect the breath. So maybe with your inhales, pull the legs in and peel them out. Exhale, send them out and together. Bringing in a smile into your face and maybe feeling it in your heart. Oh, the joy that you can have when you're in the moment. Go ahead, let the feet come down. Again, heels first, and then slowly make the toes onto the mat. We're gonna bring the arms up for a nice big stretch here. You can grab onto one wrist and pull into one side, grab onto the other wrist. Just going where it feels good. Maybe interlace the fingers for one more stretch in the shoulders and in the chest. Maybe you want to arch it out. With your exhale, soften and release. We're going to slowly, with our next inhale, start to bring the hips up. Still reaching out with the arms, engaging the core, bringing some activation into your body. With your exhale, the hips are going to come down and let the arms float with the hips. Nice and slow movement. Let it just ever so slightly touch the mat. And then inhale, lift it up again. Engaging the core, reaching out with the arms. Exhale down. Soften through the face. And 2 more times with your breath. Inhale, reaching. Sending the hips up with the arms. Exhale down. And soften. One last one. Good. Feeling a nice massage on your back as you're pushing it into the mat. From here, you're going to pick up the right ankle and put it on top of the left leg. You can just stay here, pushing out with that right hand, kind of lengthening out through the spine and the hips, opening them up. If this feels good, again, just stay here, enjoying the sensations. Or if you want a little bit deeper, you can go ahead. I invite you to pick up your left foot, flexing both feet here, and interlace that right hand in that hole you have created. Interlacing the fingers behind the left thigh and start to slowly peel the leg towards your chest. Now, I want you to be aware of where you're feeling it in that right leg, that outer hip, maybe the butt. And if you wanted a little bit more sensation, this is the time you can take the right elbow, pushing into that right inner thigh. Just relaxing here with your breath. The breath is so important. Let it be your guide on if you're holding any tension. With your exhales, trying to tell areas of your body to soften. With your inhale, again, just inviting in all that love. Exhale, soften, and pour the love out into your being or into the world. Slowly, with your next exhale, bring the left leg down, undo the legs. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Nice, slow and controlled, bringing that left ankle on top of that right leg, pushing away with the hands into the legs, lengthening through the spine. Breathing into that heart space. Again, you can just stay here. Or if you want to bring a little bit more to it, flexing through the feet, pick them up. And you can interlace that left hand if it feels right behind that right leg. Again, stay here or peel it into the chest. And you can also, with that left elbow, push away the left leg. Again, noticing all those subtle movements that you do and changes and how that brings a different sensation into the pose. One more full breath here. Breathing the love in. Exhale, softening, letting go of anything that's not serving you. So you can pour love out and make more room for love to come in. Slowly, with your exhale, bring the feet back down, uncrossing. We're going to go ahead and pick up the legs one last time and just hug it out here. Feeling anything in your back. You can rock it side to side. When you're ready, find that stillness again. And one more big breath, sending that inhale into not just the chest in the front, but the space between your shoulder blades. Exhale, release. Good. From here, Start to slowly make your way up to seated by rocking it on out. And come on up with a nice tall spine. Thinking your head over your heart center over the hips. And finding space in your spine by thinking of your pelvis, the Mula Bandha, where you ground into it, or kind of like if you do Kegel exercises, you activate that muscle. And then by doing that, notice how it strengthens and you start to lift from the lower spine first, and then think about lifting from the upper spine. And then last, the crown of the head, pulling up. All these subtle changes. Okay, close the eyes and just bring a gentle smile to your face. One more breath here, breathing into the chest. Exhale, letting it go. This time with your inhale, you can open your eyes or keep them closed, but bring the arms all the way up. Nice full stretch in the side body and the shoulders. Exhale, letting it come down. Inhale up. Exhale down, letting the head start to drop, chin to chest. One last time. Good. This time, inhale, arms come up. We're going to engage the core, and then with your exhale, let the elbows come out, but think of the shoulder blades coming together. So your chest is coming up if you had like a little string attached. It's pulling up here. One more full breath here, breathing into the heart space. And then with your exhale, letting it go. Inhale this time. We're going to come over to one side. Exhale up. Inhale up. Over to the other side. Exhale up. One more time on each side. No big twist here. Moving where you can. And finding your breath. Letting it be your guide. Inhale up. This time with your exhale, you're going to drop the right hand in front. The left one's going to go in back. And grounding into the fingertips, we're going to open up the chest. Thinking again, nice tall spine. And then we're twisting from the shoulders. So think of your right shoulder coming forward as the left one peels back. And find some nice breaths here. And then with your next inhale, arms come up. Exhale over to the other side. Again, left fingertips in front, right one's in back. See if you can make like a nice line. If not, go again where it feels comfortable. Always thinking of lifting through the spine first and then twisting through the shoulders. One more full breath, relaxing through the face. With your next inhale, arms come all the way up. Good. Exhale. Bring them on down. We're going to come into a tabletop. And just stretching out the back a little bit. Let the tailbone come up. Belly down, chest and chin up. Grounding into the hands. Exhale. Reversing it. Tailbone drops down as the navel comes into the spine. Feeling the shoulder blades peel away from the spine here. Maybe you want to bring it into the side body with some gentle movements, rocking it side to side. And then we're going to start to move with our breath. Inhales up. Leading with that heart center. Exhale down. One more time. Good. Coming back to center here. We're going to go ahead, curl the toes underneath and come into our first downward dog. Hips go up. Think of the belly melting onto the thighs here as you set up the upper body, grounding into the hands, pushing away with the arms. Shoulder blades peel away from the ears and then lengthen and push away from the mat. Head kind of drops down to gravity. Then from here, keeping your spine nice and long,
thinking of the hips shooting back to the corner of the room, of the ceiling and the wall where they meet. Start to straighten through one leg. Again, noticing these sensations as you start to straighten and then bend. Slowly straighten the other leg. Where do you feel the nice stretch? And where are you trying to activate yet? From here, slowly start to come into a plank with the inhale. And then we're going to go through our flow. You can always drop the knees or keep them up. Exhale halfway down for the chaturanga. Inhale, sweep the chest up for cobra or upward dog. For our first upward dog here, cobra, just go ahead and bring one shoulder back as the other one goes forward. Nice little twist. Inhale, come center. Exhale, twist over to the other side. Inhale, center. And then with your exhale, back downward dog. One more full breath here. Then inhale, again coming back into the plank. This time with that right foot, we're gonna peel it in between in the hands, putting the back leg down. We're gonna open up our chest again, nice and tall here. If this is too much, you can always find blocks to keep the chest up. Or maybe you want to use your leg. We're still activating though, we're not just hanging. So think of the legs coming together here. Engage the core as we're going to start to lift our arms up, nice and actively reaching. And then with your exhale, we're going to open up to the left first. Shoulder blades kind of come together on the back. Inhale up. Reaching. Exhale over the other side. Inhales up. And this time with your exhale, let the sweep the arms back. Again, thinking of the shoulder blades coming together as your chest comes up. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, open up the chest. Inhales up. 2 more times with your breath. Engage that core yet, so you're not holding in the low back. Last one. And let your arms melt down and go into the half splits, straightening out through the front leg, flexing through that front foot. And again, notice what you're doing right now. A lot of times I see tailbones tuck and rounding at the back. This shortens that hamstring area. So I want you to think of the tailbone actually shooting out to the back of the mat here. And letting your belly kind of be the first thing to come down so that you're not shortening anything. And just see how that feels. When you start to round it, it might feel a little bit more relief in the hamstring versus going out. Hopefully you notice that subtle change. And then you can go deeper into the stretch if you'd like. Leading with the belly and then the chest. One more breath. Exhale, soften. And with your inhale, shifting the weight. Heel first, follow big toe, little toe, and tuck the back toes on out, or underneath, I should say, and come up just a little bit. We're going to engage the core and come on up into a crescent pose. For crescent, I'm going to have you put your hands at your hips and just be aware of these subtle changes again. A lot of times I'll see, that the hips kind of come forward. For crescent, bend your back leg ever so slightly so your hips can come at a neutral position here. So the hips are reaching down. You might be a little tight in that front groin of the back leg, and that's okay. You can bend even more if you want. From here, go ahead, inhale, lift the arms up. Engage that core, and then with your exhale, we're going to open up to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, open up to the right. Good. Inhale up. And then from here, if you want to challenge your balance a little bit, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and just see what that does. A lot of times, if you're not active in the pose, you're going to start to wibble, wobble, or maybe even fall, and that's okay. We're going to learn from it. And before you close your eyes, really think about activating everything. getting the legs to have that energy of coming together, and then bringing it up into the core, reaching solid as if one body right now, that you're not moving. Close the eyes, and then bring some movement into it if you want. With your exhale, open up to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, open up to the right. Bending the arms. Inhale up. Good. From here, exhale, come all the way down with the hands. And bring that front foot back, keeping the right knee up for a pigeon pose, sending the back leg all the way back here. Seeing what feels good. If this is too much pressure and you feel anything in the knee, go ahead and just lay on your back and do this. Otherwise, you can lift up here, breathe in, or you can come down low. Again, honoring what feels good for you today. You can rest your hands on your head on your hands. And just melt into the pose. Again, finding your breath. Nice big inhales. Breathing into that space behind your back, right between the shoulder blades, where the heart center is again. Nice big inhales, breathing in that love that God has for you. Exhale, soften, letting go of anything that's not serving you, so you can fill up with more love with your next inhale. Again, releasing any tension. Surrendering into the mat. From here, with your next inhale, slowly start to come on up. You can, again, just stay here for a couple breaths, or I invite you to pick up that back leg and see what feels good. Again, opening up that chest, pushing into that bottom hand. And with your exhale, slowly releasing. From here, ground into the hands, picking up the hips. Both knees meet and back, and go into a nice child's pose here, wide-legged with the knees. Letting the chest come down, and resetting everything in your hips. If you want to open up the shoulders a little bit more, I invite you to take prayer hands here and start to bend at the elbows, letting the hands come behind the head. One more full breath. And exhale, come on down with the hands if they were lifted. Your next inhale, push on up. And we're going to take a flow if you want. You can get off the knees or stay down. Exhale, halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, come on forward to cobra. Again, exhale, lift the hips. Your choice if it's downward dog or child's pose. One more breath here. And then with your inhale, come on forward again into the plank. We're going to take our left foot and bring it in between the hands here. Letting that back knee come down if it was lifted, chest up. And again, just finding where it feels good in the body, but don't just hang there. Bring some activation into it. Again, think of the legs kind of coming together with that energy. You can have your arms up here on the mat, on blocks. If you want, you can join me with the movement. Inhale, your arms are going to come on up. Engage the core, and then exhale, open up to the right. Find a smile. Inhale up. Exhale, open up to the left for a nice twist. Inhales up. And then exhale, bring the elbows out into the cactus pose, but think of the shoulder blades coming together as that chest comes up. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way down and around with the inhale. Exhale, moving with your breath again. Still active in the legs. 2 more times. Good. And then on the last one, the arms are going to come all the way down. Slow and controlled push with strength into that front leg, straightening it, pushing the heel into the ground. And again, notice where your tailbone's at. If you're rounding through the back, try to straighten it and get the tailbone to reach back a little bit. Feeling a nice stretch in the hamstrings. If that feels good, maybe it's still even too much. I mean, you can come up here if you want and just work with the tailbone first. Maybe you have blocks to bring the floor up to you. Finding your breath, never trying to hold it, always consciously breathing. Again, inhale, breathe in the beauty and the love. Exhale, surrendering, letting go so you can fill up more with your next inhale. Melting down with your exhale. And then inhale, bend that front leg. Bring the hands to frame the foot and pick up the back leg, curling the toes underneath. You can pick them up a little bit, coming into a crescent with your inhale. Engage the core and sweep the arms on up. Again, hands are going to come at hips just to see where they're at. Bend the back leg just enough so that you can move the hips and try to get them reaching down so they're even, not tipping one way or the other. Once you got it even, go ahead, inhale, arms come up. And your choice if you wanted to try to straighten the back leg a little bit more or keep it bent. With your exhale, we're going to open up to the right. Inhale, reach on up. Exhale over to the left. Inhale up. Again, this is where I invite you to close your eyes to challenge your balance. And if you start to wobble too much, go ahead, just open them again and see if you can activate somewhere else. If you can think of the legs kind of coming together, this energy, staying solid, sucking everything in, working up from the core, the shoulders, the chest. One solid mass here. Can again just stay still with your eyes closed, challenging yourself. Or if you want to find a little movement with it, exhale, open up to the right, bending the arms, going slow. Inhale up. Exhale, open up to the other side. Inhales up. Good. And open the eyes if they were closed. Exhale, halfway down. This time, stay here with inhale. Exhale, down with arms. Bringing that left knee to the left wrist and slide the back foot out. Pigeon pose here. Again, going where it feels good. And if you want the variation of on the back, you just lay down on the back, pretending that the floor is just your arms pulling into it. Never want anyone to hurt their knees. You can always stay up here. Again, you can melt into it. Whatever you choose, just make sure you bring your breath into it. Relaxing the muscles consciously with those exhales. Breathing into the back line of the body, right between the shoulder blades again. With your inhales, feeling that area expand. Exhale, letting go. And if you'd like, you can bring back that affirmation with your inhales, thinking, God pours love into me. With your exhales, so I can pour love out. Inhale, God pours love into me, so I can pour love out. Soften the face, the shoulders, the hips, the arms. Releasing any tension here. And slowly with your inhales, start to make your way on up. And this is where you have options. You can just stay here again with the breath, or you can find a little bit deeper of the pose and pick up the back leg. Again, finding softness with the breath. Nice big inhales. Full and complete exhales. And then if your leg was lifted, you can slowly start to bring it on down. We're going to take that front knee and bring it to meet the back one for a wide-legged child's pose. We'll let the heart kind of melt down first. You can, if you want more of a heart opening, you can keep looking up. You can even bring your hands up to your third eye and think of the chest melting down. If you're not open in the chest, this might hurt the back. So just honor where you're at again. You can stay down here. You can just have your chin up. One more breath. With your inhale, pushing into the hands. Come on up. Going through our flow again. Exhale, halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, picks you up. Exhale, back down. Child's pose or downward dog. One more breath into the back line of the body. And then if you did choose child's pose, go ahead pushing into the hands. We're going to curl the toes underneath and come up into a downward dog. Again, just rocking out the legs. And then from here, straightening out the legs and coming onto the tiptoes and keeping the legs straight. We're just going to teeter-totter with the hips and come all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, forward fold. Bending the knees, come all the way up. High prayer. Exhale, hands at heart center. When you're ready, ground into the feet. Inhale, arms come all the way up for the high prayer. Engage that core. With your exhale, we're going to twist to one side. And notice if your hips want to come with you. Try to keep the hips going in the opposite direction. Inhale up. Exhale, open to the other side. Again, sending your hips in the other direction. Inhale up. And with your exhale, engage that core again and let the arms come into the cactus. Shoulder blades squeezing together here. And think of your upper chest, again, leading the way. Inhales up. Doing that one more time. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale up. Exhale over. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, center. Inhales up. And with your exhale, melt into your forward fold. Paddle out the legs here. And find your breath. Relaxing the face, the jaw, the eyes. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, hands come down, feet go back as the hips go up for a downward dog. With your inhale, come on forward to the plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale's going to pick you up. And exhale back, downward dog. Good. From here, go ahead, picking up that right leg. You're going to stack the hips and bend at the knee. Just feeling a nice stretch here, pushing again into the hands. And then with your exhale, slowly let the knee come into the chest and bring it in between the hands. Inhale, again, bringing the hands up with the core engaged. And with your exhale, open up to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, open up to the left. Inhales up. Exhale, open up to the center. Engage that core. Inhale up. Exhale to fold. Down. Send that front leg back for the downward dog. Bending the knees. Inhale, come on forward, plank. Exhale, halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale brings you up. Exhale, back, downward dog. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing on the left side. Picking up that left leg. Go ahead, stack the hips and bend the knee. Really pushing away from the hands. Shoulders, finding length here. And then when you're ready, slowly and controlled, bring that leg back into the chest and let the foot come between the hands. Engage the legs, let the back heel lift up as your core is engaged, and lift up for another crescent. Exhale, open up to the left for a nice twist. Inhale up. Exhale over the other side. Find a smile. Inhales up. Exhale, engage that core as your chest starts to bend back, opening up your heart. Inhale up. Exhale, slowly start to come back down. Front leg meets the back one. Downward dog or child's pose, whichever you want. You can always just stay here or go through the flow one more time. Inhale, plank. Exhale, halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, picks you up. And exhale, back. Downward dog. Again, find your breath. And then slowly let the knees come down. And bring your head down to the mat. Again, telling the head and the mind to soften, to be still. To be in this moment of gratitude and of love. Appreciation for each and every breath. Nice big inhales. Breathing in love. Exhale. Sending your love out. You can stay here. You can do some side stretches if you want on your body. Making some gentle movements. Or if you want to end your Shavasana on your back, you can join me slowly as you start to make your way. From here, you can leave your legs out long, or you can keep them open and continue with the theme of the heart, or the head, heart, and hips, allowing them to open and to soften. Hands can be at the legs to open them up a little bit more. They can go back to the heart to feel the heartbeat. Finding stillness. When you still the eyes, you can help still the mind. So concentrate on a point between the eyebrows. Nice big inhale, full and complete exhales. Again, breathing into your heart center. Letting anything go. Leaving it here. No more worries. No more fear, no more anger, no more guilt. Only time and space for love. And you can bring back that affirmation if you want with your inhales. Thinking, God pours love into me. With your exhale, say, so I can pour love out. God pours love into me, so I can pour love out. And just visualize what that might mean, what that might feel like. Relaxing through the forehead, the jaw. Let the shoulder blades melt down on the mat. The hands get heavy. Feeling the space on the lower back between the mat. Letting the hips relax. And the legs fall a little deeper into gravity. Feeling the feet begin to soften. You are at complete rest.
Thank you for practicing with me. You can stay here and get up when you're ready. Just remember to move slow with awareness, to find gratitude in your breath and let anything go with those exhales. Thank you again. Go in peace. Namaste.